Hello again. I hope you're well, you're safe. I hope your family is well. I hope everyone is taking the precautionary measures to stay safe. I'd like to speak to you about some errors that are being made by business owners and managers today as we struggle through this crisis. During any crisis, during any moment of change, sudden change, the human, the human brain, the human body, contracts and refocuses all of the energies on what is happening at the moment. It is a human, natural human reaction of survival. That is happening also at the level of our organizations today, where the decision makers are focusing too much on the survival, today's survival, and perhaps not necessarily on how to deal with the upcoming uncertain, ambiguous, complex future that lays ahead of us. So I have resumed what I have seen on in the field today with a lot of companies that I work with into 4 points, and I have summarized it. The first point being that leaders tend to micromanage in a situation of crisis. And of course, they focus way too much on details and forget the big picture. True, any crisis makes us automatically focus on what events to control to stop the hemorrhaging. Like I said before, it's a natural human reaction for survival. But what leaders need to do is to resist that temptation by looking at the big picture. As a result, they can see a broader set of conditions of success for their employees, for their managers who are devising the daily tasks. They need to trust their managers to make the right decisions. The second most committed error, leaders are falling in love with the rush of the adrenaline and rolling up their sleeves and believing they can handle the crisis better than anyone else. This is where leaders who have worked their way up the organizations feel most at ease. After all, it is their operational comfort zone. A good leader would take a long view and think of tomorrow, next month, next year, and what needs to be done, and providing the proper resources and finances and human element to succeed. The third most committed made error by leaders is centralizing everything, meaning that they build now, during this crisis, obstacles and checkpoints so that every decision has to be validated by somebody. That slows down the process, and it's anti-intuitive. In other words, everything has to be validated by someone, building unnecessary obstacles. What they should seek is order, not control. And by seeking control, they limit the capacity of their people, who they should trust, of taking initiatives. And by not taking initiatives, they now become reactive to events. And once you get to that point of reactivity, you're actually losing the battle. The fourth point, last but not least, is an error that is being made by almost all leaders, and that is forgetting about the human factor, the human element in this big, huge equation. In these uncertain and ambiguous times, leaders tend to focus too much on performance indicators, sales figures, cost reduction, profit and loss, and they forget about people. They forget about what makes people motivated. They forget about if they have problems of their own that they need to address. They forget about engaging them. They forget about empowering them. They forget about delegating them. They forget about facilitating their tasks so they can accomplish. This is a journey of many people, not a journey of one person. A crisis is a moment where everyone needs to pull their weight. So there is no dead weight. Forgetting about individuals and focusing only on quantitative measures is reducing your capacity of success by half. I hope this can help you a little bit. If you need further details, of course, you will call me or send me an email on those numbers that you see below. Thank you, and I wish you the best. Stay strong.